Hello and welcome to my vlog. Normally Dagan's the one who does all the cooking in this household, but I love cooking breakfast and lately I've been making banana pancakes. So I wanted to take the time out today to show you guys how to make banana pancakes and a Filipino breakfast. So these pancakes aren't necessarily Filipino, but I use the local bananas and I've developed a recipe here in the Philippines. So we're gonna call them Filipino banana pancakes. They're so easy to make. There are only 2 ingredients, eggs and bananas. The tough thing about the bananas here is that they come green. So a lot of the times if you want a ripe banana, you have to buy it as a green banana and then go home and wait for it to ripen, or you can boil it, which is what a lot of people do here. They boil their bananas. That was something that I've never heard of until I came to the Philippines. So I've already had the bananas boiling for about 30 minutes. I'm honestly not sure if that's long enough. I've been kind of testing this recipe with the green bananas, wanting to boil it and do it how the Filipinos do it. So let's check the bananas and see if they're ready. Well, they've definitely boiled down. Hopefully they're soft enough. Because a hard banana is definitely difficult to mush. If I had a blender, we'd have a lot easier time with this. But we live minimalistically, so we don't have a blender. Ooh, I think we might be okay. If not, another thing you can do if they're still hard, and we might have to, is to boil them in actual water in a saucepan, like you'd boil for mashed potatoes. So I think these bananas are still gonna be a little too hard to mash. They're not even squishy. So I am gonna have to boil them a bit longer, but I'm gonna boil them out of the peel and actually in the saucepan in water. They're a little hard to break up right now. But basically you wanna kind of get them into small chunks so that way they boil evenly. The nice thing about bananas is they do pretty much boil up like a potato. Definitely should have boiled these much longer. But it's all a learning process here. All my amigas and all my cabayongs, how long do you boil a green banana for? Let us know in the comments. All right, so we got a little bit of water in here, and we'll add more as we need it, as the bananas soften and the water evaporates. I actually tested this method out yesterday to see if it was even possible and how the bananas would handle the water boiling like this. They actually did really well, and I almost prefer this method even more than boiling them in the skins. So we're gonna get this on, let it simmer, let it boil for a while while the bananas soften. All right, while the bananas are boiling, I wanna show you guys what we're having for breakfast. So we've got the rice here because that's a staple in every Filipino dish here. We've got watermelon, freshly cut and locally sourced. We've got the tender, juicy hot dogs and the local farm fresh eggs. The eggs here in the Philippines are quite impressive, I must say. I'm an egg person and a little bit of an egg snob, and I'm very impressed by the eggs here. Here in the Philippines, the hot dogs are individually wrapped. They're a staple here, and if you're from the Philippines, you know that they're individually wrapped. But in America, they're not. They just come in this package, in a big package, and the hot dogs, you eat them as is. You don't unwrap them. We didn't know that when we first got here, and we made hot dogs with the plastic wrapping on and ended up eating some of the plastic wrapping. So I really appreciate Tender Juicy putting writing on their hot dog. Another breakfast option that we have for today is lezones. These things are delicious. They're kind of like a lychee, but a little sweeter. We've been letting the bananas boil for a while and they're starting to turn translucent. And that's how you know when they're soft enough to be able to smush them with a plastic fork, because that's all we have here are plastic forks. So we're gonna go ahead and scoop these out and put them in our bowl, and then we're gonna add the other ingredients. Yesterday it actually took much longer, I think because I only boiled the bananas for about 5 minutes. This time I boiled them for about 30 minutes in their banana peel, so it actually didn't take quite as long as I thought it would to get them to the translucent mushy stage. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these. Try not to get any of that water in there. Our Philippine airline forks. I'm gonna gently try to mash these bananas so I don't break the fork, because we don't want any plastic in our food. So see how easily these are mashing now? Now you could just do this with overripe bananas and skip the boiling altogether. And that's my preferred method because the bananas are much sweeter. And then you don't even have to add sugar. We are going to add sugar to this. You can also add vanilla extract. You could add cinnamon. You could really doctor these up any way you want. This recipe is so forgiving. But yeah, see how boiling the bananas, I've never boiled bananas before. Like I said earlier, this is so fascinating for me. We always just waited for them to be ripe. And if you didn't have ripe bananas, you weren't making anything. So this is definitely a new technique that I and Dagan am loving for banana pancakes. The nice thing about this recipe is it's super healthy. You know, you've got bananas. Yes, bananas do have sugar, but they're loaded with potassium, vitamin C. So this is actually a really healthy recipe because it's got eggs. Eggs are full of protein. They're literally like a vitamin in a shell. And bananas are also full of great nutrients. I just learned that they have prebiotics and probiotics in them, which is really good for your stomach and your health. So that looks really good, nice and mashed. Spread it out to let them cool so it doesn't cook the eggs before we actually cook the pancakes. Might have to let these cool a little bit before we add the eggs. All right, so the bananas have cooled down now. We can add the eggs without having to worry about them being cooked. You can always tell how fresh an egg is by what color the yolk is. These eggs maybe aren't the freshest, but that's okay. They're still really good quality here. Rinse off that yolk. Use my apron to dry off my hands. Aprons are so nice to have. Do you guys have any aprons? Do you cook with aprons? Just gonna mix this up. Make it into kind of a batter. Bananas are very versatile. See, that's blending up nicely. We're gonna add some sugar. And we just measure this with our hearts. Just measure with your heart. Again, these are green bananas, so they're not gonna be very sweet. So my heart is big today. My heart's usually always big when it comes to sugar.
Understatement of the year.
All right, see how that's becoming like a batter? Almost. If I would have put this in a blender, it would look like batter. We're gonna use coconut oil for this because we're in a healthy mode, somewhat healthy. I did add a little bit of sugar, but coconut oil is really great for frying up stuff, so that way the pancakes don't stick. Add that in there. This will heat up pretty quickly. Make sure I put it on the right setting. It has its own little attitude sometimes. While that's getting hot, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the kettle because my better half has asked for some coffee as well. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but the coffee here in the Philippines smells so divine. And it's just this pre-packaged, simple coffee mix. Dagan really likes the Blanca coffee, the white coffee. So we're gonna go ahead and boil up some water for him and get a package of coffee going. My king brought his trusty tumbler. So all I have to do is fill this up with some water and I know how much 2 packs of coffee will make. Easy peasy measuring way. I like that. All right, this pan is nice and hot. We've got our 3 ingredient banana pancakes going in. So just pour them in. And then I like to thin them out just a little bit because they are so thick. And I'll usually, because this pan is so small, I'll just do 2. Today I did 2 bananas, 2 eggs. Used the same amount of banana and the same amount of eggs. Super simple. Definitely the opposite of Dagan. I like to keep things very simple, very minimal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy is the way that it goes for me. I ain't no chef. Oh yeah. Let those cook up on one side and then we'll flip them over and let them cook on the other. So not only do these pancakes look like an actual pancake, but Dagan and I think they taste better than a pancake. So in my opinion, that's definitely a win-win. We don't have a spatula. We have a wooden spoon. This is how we're gonna flip it. This is the entertaining part. They don't look very pretty, but trust me, they taste really delicious. Oh, that one broke. That's okay, we'll try it again.
That one's mine. Dibs.
But look at that color. They're so pretty.
Smells good.
They do smell delicious. This one did not turn out very pretty. Normally they're so pretty. Of course, now that I've got the camera on.
Ain't nothing Instagram perfect in this house.
No, this is true.
We real. We promise transparency.
It's a careful process in this house working with this stovetop. All right. Okay. So I'm going to thin these ones out a little bit more. All right, get all these last little bits of banana pancake into the pan. Thank you, sous chef. Not having to cook for myself or to come up with meals every night is such a gift. It really is. There's all these memes out there about women, oh, I'll have to cook dinner for the rest of my life for everyone. I don't have to do that. He does it and he enjoys it. I really have a king. I did it! Yay me! I actually am going to turn this off because the stove, like I said, has a little bit of an attitude. So we're going to let it cool. It cools very slowly. So these will continue to cook. While that's going on, now we're going to put the coffee on for Dagan. So to all of you in the Western world who have never left America, this is all you have to do to boil water. Oh, there it goes. There you go. It's already going. Happens quickly. My man's a bit of a giant. He's definitely a two-pack cup kind of guy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When I take them out, I flip them over so that way that side doesn't get soggy with steam. Look at the beauty of this pancake. It's just so perfect. And it's gluten-free, flour-free, and super healthy.
It's like a cross between a creamy latte and a hot cocoa.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a hot cocoa. I love cocoa.
Yep.
The nice thing about these cups is they keep it hot or they keep it cold depending on what your drink is. And it doesn't burn your hand like a mug does.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, unplug this. We got to put this away because our kitchen's tiny. I need the room. Put that away. That's our storage.
Charcoal and tuba.
Welcome to the Philippines. Is there a way to peel this? Oh, I guess it just peels off. Live and learn. They just kind of twist right off. There you go. Now you can cook and eat the hot dog. We're going to make little cuts like they do for these. And just plop these right down and let them roll. And then we'll fry up some eggs. Oh. It helps to turn on the stove, portable stovetop, before you put the food down, but it's okay. We'll let it slide this time. Got a lot going on. This is why I don't cook very much. The Juicy Tasty are just about done, so we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Oh yeah, those look delicious. We're gonna just set them on the plate. We're gonna do.
You gotta talk.
We're gonna do 3 eggs for Dagan today. That's what he requested. What the king wants, the king gets.
Hey!
He's gonna use that against me now.
How do I like my eggs?
You like them sunny side up, but fried hard on the bottom.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you want some salt and pepper on these?
Sure.
I don't put salt and pepper in my eggs. I don't think they need them, but everybody's different in what they want. And I want to make sure to give my king exactly what he wants.
Turning on the camera is kind of fun.
He's enjoying himself. How do you like filming? Normally I'm the one filming.
Filming comes very naturally for me now because I know what I need.
Ah.
All it takes is having to suffer through editing for a year, and you know what you need for filming.
Gotcha.
Kind of like a self-taught requirement.
Okay, so now we're gonna put some pork fat in the eggs to give it some flavor. What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor? Pork fat.
Rock.
All right, so Dagan taught me a little trick. You turn off the heat. Woo! Oh, that scared me. And we put the lid, we put a lid over it to keep the steam and heat in there, so that way they continue to cook, but they're not overcooked.
You also don't get pops in the face.
Yeah. Did you see me jump? I jumped. I'm a little scaredy cat. Meow. This is why I don't cook over a stove. Reasons like that.
Yep. All right, so
I bake. All right. So now that we've got the eggs almost done, breakfast is ready. We just got to plate it. I'm going to use our star margarine cup to get this the perfect Filipino rice shape. That's a very important thing here. You've got to have your rice shaped so it looks pretty. Ta-da! Put that off to the side. Some watermelon. You want 1 or 2 pieces?
Duha.
Ah, beautiful. And these yummy things.
Lasanes.
Lazones. These are lazones. We're going to go ahead and peel them for them. Keep it easy. Those a little too done for you?
It's okay. They're pretty perfect.
Honestly, that's how I like my egg. That looks good. Lazones. These things are so good. I'm actually going to eat one of his little... Those are so good. You want 2?
Sure.
I'll give you 2. You've got coffee. You've got pineapple tang, eggs. You've got your tasty, juicy hot dogs, watermelon, lazones. Green onions are delicious. These beautiful red peppers. Dagan's got to have his spice. Now I got to make sure to wash my hands really well. Ta-da! I made Dagan breakfast. All right, now you got to take a bite and tell me how everything is.
Okay. I can do that. Do it here. First off, my coffee's always way too hot in here. So we pour a little bit in this cup here and boom. Nicely done, baby.
Yay.
Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little kick in here right off the bat. And now remember, these are spicy. Do not mess around with these if you do not know what you're doing. I love these things. I love them. What about rice? I do the Alyssa wiggle. So good. Thank you for cooking dinner, baby.
Is this dinner or breakfast?
I don't know. It's like 6 o'clock. It's dark out. It is what it is. This is amazing. We're going to talk about these pancakes. These are amazing. Like, you get those floury, doughy pancakes in America, or like a breakfast diner, you immediately want to add something. Butter, syrup. You don't want to add anything to these. And they don't taste like egg. They don't taste like banana. They taste like a pancake. Honestly, this is the best breakfast ever. I get to eat. I don't have to cook. I'm already happy and willing to clean. I got my chili peppers. Hold on, let me get me one of my chili peppers. Got my chili pepper. Got my hot dog. A little egg. Little rice. Eat with my hands. Deep in the Philippines. Banana pancakes. Breakfast fit for a king. I love you, baby. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you so much for making me breakfast. Breakfast for dinner. Pretty sure it's dinner outside. But hey, breakfast for dinner is pretty fun. I recommend it. And I definitely recommend trying out this pancake recipe. This is pretty fire. It's so good. And if you haven't had these lazones, you have to. Like, I want to grow a lazones tree wherever we're at eventually, because, well, I want a tree of every fruit and vegetable, but these are amazing. These are...
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, please subscribe, please like, and comment. We definitely get to all of our comments, so if you want to say something, we'll get to you. Make sure you head over to our Facebook page as well and follow us over there, because we're constantly posting updates on our Facebook page. If you liked this episode and you want to see more just like this, here's my only other episode where I go and vlog all day by myself while Dagan was out fishing. Thank you again for watching. We love you all, and you are all legends in your own way.